from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 2001. In case you're wondering why I've got Merry Christmas on, it's because it's cold today and I needed a long sleeve shirt. I don't have very many long sleeve t-shirts, so yeah. But anyway, every day's Christmas. That's as far as I'm concerned. I don't care. Anyway, so welcome to episode number 2001, Countdown to RootsTech 2025. And you're probably going, Root what? But that's okay. RootsTech is a really cool conference that happens every year. It's put on by Family Search. And they've got an awesome one coming up this year. That today they announced the theme, and the theme is discovery. And I thought that was so cool. And they said about their theme, hang on, I got to go to the right window here. So they said this year's theme is discovery, a single word that communicates endless possibilities and inspirational experiences for those who participate. Discover your story, discover your connections, discover you. And it's taking place March 6th through 8 in 2025. And it's this is actually the largest family history celebration ever. They do online and offline. So you can, so offline you attend in person in Salt Lake City, and online, and there's a fee associated with that for your tickets. Online you can actually attend for free. And there's 11 different MCs welcoming audiences in 11 different languages. And I thought, wow, it was just like mind blowing. Oh, I think I forgot to put hang on. We're going to have to do a quick edit while we're here. Let's see if we can do this real fast. Oh, it can't be edited right now. Okay, so when it finishes editing, I'm going to put the link. Actually, maybe I can put the link here. Let's see if this works. Oh, I know it'll work on the... Okay, if you're on YouTube, you'll find the link right there. But I am going to go back afterwards and put the description in of where you go so that you can register for this. This is for genealogists, hobby genealogists through to professional genealogists. Every single course that they have, and they have a lot, has a grading next to it, whether it is for beginner, intermediate, advanced professional, or all levels. So that way you can, based on your skill level, your skill set, and what you think you are capable of when it comes to learning about genealogy and things, you can select the courses associated with you. During time slots, they have several different ones. But the cool part is, let me take you, we're going to go on a journey. Yeah, we're going to go on a journey. We're going to take to this one here. And where's my share screen? There's my share screen. Oh, no, that's the wrong button. Let's try this button. This one, that one. Yes, that's the one. Okay. Now, can you all see this? All right, so this is the homepage for RootsTech. You can, hang on, I got to go over here. Oops, wrong one. Let's try this one. As you can see, it's the largest family discovery event from March 6th through 8th. And we've got there's even on-demand learning library available at any time, and it's brought to you by Family Search. To get to this, to get to RootsTech, you use your familysearch.org login if you have one. If you don't have one, it's free to sign up. And up here is the link, and we're going to put that into the description so you guys have it. We've got 41 days, 20 hours, and 54 minutes until we get there. Yay. Discover is this year's theme. So you can come down here and you can see right here there are two ways to attend. Online, which gives you 200 plus new online sessions in over 26 languages. Join keynote sessions live from the comfort of your own home. Chat online with other attendees worldwide. It's free. In Salt Lake City, you've got the 3-day pass at $129, and you've got the 1-day pass at $79, and this is US, with 250 exclusive sessions only available in Salt Lake City, 120 plus exhibitors and sponsors in the expo hall. So the cool part about being in person is you get to go to the expo hall, you get to talk to people right there as well, and you'll be the first to learn of industry innovations. And I've got learn more in here. Then you can create your schedule, whether you are online or whether you are in person. So you've got to learn about the app. There's an app that you can use for this. Down here, you've got the class schedule. If you're already registered, see the speakers. You can search. You can create your own playlist, and I'll show you that in a minute because we've got the on-demand library coming up. You can browse sessions. There's regional pages. You can build your family, connect with Family Search to build your family tree, and all of that famous relative. Yeah, that's it. This one here, I absolutely love. This is, it's a cool tool, and we'll actually probably do a session on that one night to see how it is. But what you do is that if you have your profile on Family Search, and you have your tree up to at least 4 generations, you can participate in this, and it will fill in the gaps between you and the famous people and stuff. It is the coolest tool ever. Okay, so here's your on-demand library. And so you've got some, these are keynote sessions. You can go see more. You can see down here who, this one I'm definitely going to go watch. This is the grandson of Nelson Mandela. I thought that would be really, really cool. So we're going to go watch that one. He's actually going to be speaking on March 5th at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Hang on, we go the 6th to the 8th. Anyway, I'm going to be watching that one. So here are these are just some of the keynote sessions that are going to be taking place that will be recorded, so you actually can do them on demand. So I'm looking forward to that one. This one here, Tara Davis Woodhull and Hunter Woodhull. This is a husband and wife team. If you saw them at the Olympics, they were awesome at the Olympics together. She won a gold medal for, I don't even remember what she won a gold medal for. But they're gold medalists, so you get to hear their story. And these are just some of the other ones that are there. And then, of course, you can see more. These are some of the popular sessions that they have. Search 1,000 plus educational classes, workshops, and activities. Whew, that's a lot. They're even going to session on what's new in Ancestry in 2024. So, over 40 years. Now, they say over 40 years. You have to remember that Ancestry Online has only been around for 20... How long have I been a member? 25 years? Over 25 years. So Ancestry was there beforehand offline, and then they came online. So you can, and there's see more for everything. And then you've got the main stage forums that you can go and have a look at here. And of course, it's all by the Latter-day Saints who run the Family Search. And then additional experiences you can have for in person. And then the road to there, blah, 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 blah. These are all the sponsors that they've got. You can subscribe for updates, which I have definitely done. But if you come back up here, once you've seen through this, you can come to this thing here, and you can go to the class schedule. Now, this is the really cool part. This is the 2025 full schedule. You see, I haven't put any classes over here yet. But what it does is it tells you that there's 124 sessions available online, 200, actually, you may not be able to see that. Let's just make that bigger. 124 sessions will be available online, 233 in person, for a total of 200, and there's a total of 286 all sessions. That's where it's both online and in person. So 124 only online, 200. We'll show you. So when you come in, you have to write that back a little bit just so we can see that. Oh, actually, hang on. Let's do this. There we go. All right, so Thursday, you can look at Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and you come into Thursday. This is at 8 a.m. in the morning. And this is Mountain Standard Time. This is what's going to be in there. And you can see here, online, in person, or intermediate. So those are your things that you've got to look for. This one's all levels. This one's advanced professional. Here's a beginner's one here, another beginner's one, all levels. I even attend the beginner ones. The reason I attend the beginner ones, like this here, is like examining Irish census. Let's talk properly. So examining Irish ancestors, if you want to learn more about census, Helen, census. You can click the arrow here to see that this session will explore the history of the census in Ireland, what information you can extract from the different returns available, and the different types of census returns, while looking forward and discussing the 1926 census, which is going to be the next one that's going to be released. And if you want to schedule it, you just click here, and it's now in your schedule. If you want to share it, you can share it to Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, I've got no idea what that one is. Line, got no idea what that one is, or you can email it to somebody. So, but the reason I attend some of the beginner classes is sometimes you can get so caught up in everything, you just need to go back to the beginning. And with this, I have never done a course on Irish census. I have seen some online, but I've never taken the time to actually research them as heavily as I probably should. So this here is going to give me a course on what am I missing? And that's what I like about the beginner classes. I can go in there and go, what am I missing? And I have Jeepers, woman. I have Irish ancestry in me. And I do have Irish ancestors. And so to be able to look for the information that I'm looking for them, because one of the biggest ones we have, and I haven't been able to find her in a census yet, is my third great grandmother. Hang on. Yeah, third great grandmother. We don't know if she was Irish or Scottish. Her last name could be either. So going back to something like this could give me some clues to unlock that brick wall to find out, was she born in Scotland or was she born in Ireland? And that could be a great help for me for that. So sometimes when you go to beginner classes, you could be going through and doing everything that you normally do and everything else. And suddenly it's sort of like you do a beginner class and you're like, oh, I didn't know that I could do that. So now you've got another little clue that can help you break down a brick wall. So sometimes you have to return to the basics. But also on at this time, and the reason I'm putting them in my schedule is that I can go back later and watch the recordings. You've got Beyond the Brick Wall strategies for pre-1850 US research. I do have some of my husband's ancestors that were here in 1850. I've got some that go back to the Revolutionary War. I've got some that came over on the Mayflower. So this would be a good place for me to go to make sure, because I know my tree is correct up to a certain point, and then from a certain point onwards it's correct. There's just this gray area in the middle. Do I actually have the right person in there, or did I fit somebody in who happened to maybe fit the bill, but there's just this one person that I'm not 100% sure about if I've got the right one, because there were several of the same name. But do I have the right one? So that's what I have to go back. And this one person, I know exactly where they are. I know exactly the person I need to go check, but I know the tree is correct up to this point, and the tree is correct from his parents backwards. So yeah, it's finding that one person, that key person in the middle that'll unlock everything. And then, Jewish Genealogy 101. My husband's family is, his father's side is, my husband's father's side was all Jewish when they came over. That was one of the reasons they came over, was because of religious persecution, that they left Lithuania and the Ukraine and Russia and came to America was because of religious persecution. So being able to research Jewish genealogy, giving some more hints and tips on that, learning more about it, would definitely be of help to me. So I'm actually going to flag these ones here. And this one here is Researching United States prior to 1850 presents unique challenges. Records contain less information and are seldom indexed and can be difficult to find. In this class, we will introduce strategies for identifying relationships prior to 1850 and demonstrate advanced research skills, record analysis, and events correlation. So I'm excited to learn more on that one. And then this was the other one I was going to do here, where it gives you the fundamental skills to begin or augment your Jewish genealogy research. I don't know a lot. I know that there's some records that the Jewish have that I don't know about. So this is a good place for me to go. And there's all these are all the classes to 8 o'clock, and then it start at 8 a.m. And then you've got the ones that start at 9:30, and there's 6 sessions. So you can go into there and you can see some of these ones here. Oh, DNA, anything on DNA, I am flagging like crazy. And Scottish history, all levels, definitely go into that one. I've got strong roots in Scotland, and apparently I have some Danish blood in me as well. Don't know who came from Denmark or not, but that might be a good one to go and see. I'm going to go through back in this as well. This one here, Women and Children, second, the laws and record of citizenship. This here is the citizenship status of immigrant women and children was complicated and ever-changing. And this will talk about the different laws and records governing their status. Based on the time period it was and what the laws were at the time, it could be that if you immigrated into America with a husband, the husband, the wife, and the kids, the wife and the kids were automatically on the husband's, were automatically granted citizenship if the husband was, because they were connected. Later years, they changed it that each person had to apply for their own citizenship. Also, too, if you were an American citizen and you married somebody who was not an American citizen, you automatically became a citizen of his country and lost your US citizenship. So there's all sorts of stuff around, and those are just two of the basic ones. There's all sorts of stuff around that. This is going to be a great class to go to so you can learn more about that, especially if you're looking at citizenship. So we've got one session at 11 o'clock. This is the general session with the keynote speaker, which, of course, I always like to attend those. At 12:15, you've got 3 sessions there right now, talking about different things. And if you don't know what this is where people do not marry outside of a religion, outside of their town, outside of the family. It's sort of a thing that collapses in on itself. So some trees are very broad, very wide, very tall. Some trees are very narrow because if you were not part of that culture, you couldn't marry into that culture. You had to be of that culture to be. You had to marry somebody from your culture, from your religion, from your town, things like from the local region, things like that. So it became a lot. There was a lot of, I want to say cross-pollination, but that is totally the wrong word. It just popped into my head. So there's a lot of that sort of stuff going on there. So that's what this was about. Yeah, and of course it makes it interesting when it comes to doing DNA matches and things like that. Actually, I'm going to schedule that one. Then we've got 7 sessions at 1:30, and this goes through every day. And as you can see, the all levels, intermediate, beginner, intermediate, all levels. And this is just the first day. And they've got whether they're online and in person. And if you're online and in person, you are sitting. You can see the theater that they're in. You can see the person on stage. If it's online only, like this one down here, you may already be pre-recorded, and you may see somebody sitting in their office doing their presentation from there, and they're only doing it online. So they're not actually, that person may not actually be physically present in Salt Lake City. They could only be available online. So they're doing it from the comfort of their own home as well. So that's just, these are just some of the things that are there. How can artificial intelligence assist family historians? Oh, that'll be interesting. Because that's the big hot key right now, is artificial intelligence and DNA. And then again, you've got more. And this goes on for 4 days. So that was just Thursday's list. Then I've got to go through Friday's list, Saturday's list, and see what's all there. And Sunday, didn't even know they had anything on Sunday. The impact of family history in and beyond the genealogy community. Doesn't really say much there. So that's the thing. And then you've got these little mini events that go on as well. And you can have a look at these little mini events here. Let's have a look at immigration. Immigration and genealogy. You've got different videos in here. You can browse videos. And this is the on-demand section that you can go in and view videos based on immigration. And you can add them to, and you just click here to add them to your playlists. So when you come up here to your profile, if you want to watch the videos, you've got your playlist here. Over here you have the class schedule. And when you're in the class schedule, looking at the full schedule, or you can look at your schedule. And this is your schedule here. So you can see what ones you've got as of interest to you. And then you can decide which ones you want to go to. And you can actually go back later on and watch the recordings on them as well. So I thought that you guys might be interested in that. It is a great, it is a phenomenal experience. It's a phenomenal community event to go to. Last year I went on, the last 3 years I've been to it online. It was awesome. And you get to have so much information. And part of being a professional genealogist and part of the Association of Professional Genealogists is that you have to do continuing education credits every year. You've got to do at least a minimum of 12 hours a year. And every January you have to go in and you have to put in there all the training that you did the previous year, any conferences you attended, any training sessions you attended, and you've got to put in there who you did the training through and things like that. So RootsTech is one that goes on there every year. International Genealogy Historical Research I get that the right way around? Yes, IGHR. I didn't attend that last year, but the year before I had, and that's 20 hours right there. So more than enough to cover my required 12 hours. But it adds to your profile about these different events that you have and that you're continuing, because things within, even though genealogy is researching your ancestors, and you've got all these different ways of researching, whether it's boots on the ground in person, whether it's online, whether it's through collaborations and talking with other people and things like that. The technology is always developing. DNA's only come in the last few years. So that's a whole new ball game. You've got DNA that's come in. You've got the online stuff coming in, which started, 25 years ago, bringing stuff online. Back in 97, 98, somewhere around there, that the online records started appearing. So there's stuff that's always changing. And even within Ancestry, MyHeritage, Family Tree Maker, all of those programs, either online or offline programs that help you track your genealogy, there's always changes and updates being made. There's new tools that are being brought in to help you with your research. There's a whole slew of things going on. So you have to keep up with what it is. Plus, laws change as well in different countries on what records you can access and what records you cannot access. So you've got to learn all of this stuff. And, when something changes, it's like, okay, we have to go in and we have to learn this. And, doing citations, they pretty much stay the same, but there might be different resources that come online. And it's like, okay, well, how do I do these ones? How do I source these ones? How do I cite them? So there's things constantly changing in the genealogy world as well. So going to events like this, we're keeping up with the changes that are taking place, as well as keeping alive the traditional methods of research, which are always there. I've brought out this book several times, the Genealogy Standards. This is like our little Bible that guides us onto what we research, what we don't research, what we can research, what we can't research, how to know when you have done enough. There's actually documentation in here. And then you've got things like, even using DNA evidence. There's a whole section here on using DNA evidence, planning the DNA test, analyzing DNA results, the extent of DNA evidence, sufficient verifiable data, integrating DNA and documentary evidence, conclusions about genetic relationships, and respect for privacy rights. So that's all in there. That's just that little section that got added in the second edition revised. They've added in the DNA section. But there's a whole bunch, even what qualifies as proof, what is not proof, what is primary, secondary sources, all of that sort of stuff. If you have a question on any of researching techniques and policies and all of that, it's all in here. Yes, you should know this thing backwards to front and inside out. I'm still learning it. I reference this book often. I actually found another 2 copies I found the other day when I was clearing out a box of books to see, is there any books in there I want to keep, or is there, which books in here do I want to keep? Which ones do I want to donate? And I came across another 2 copies of these. So, which is okay simply because if in my genealogy business, I have 2 ways to help you. We can either do the research for you. So you give us the information and we take it from there and we go and answer your question. We ask you, what is your question you want answered? We want to find out if this person was the father of this person. Okay, let's go. Or if these were the parents of this person. Okay, that's what our focus is going to be. And we go and do the research for you. The other side of the coin is that we have where we will assist you with researching. So we're like your guides that will, you want to do the research yourself, but you might be a little, well, what do I do now? How do I get around this brick wall? We're your online genealogy coaches. That's basically, I guess that's what we could call ourselves. Online genealogy. We're your genealogy coaches. And if you are part of that program, you get a copy of this book. If you're part of the Navigator, if you're part of the Navigator package, which basically is employing us to guide you through the different things to help you get over hurdles, to give you ideas on where to go next and everything else, you will get a copy of this since you're doing the research yourself. We're just there to guide you. So yes, if you want, so yeah. That's where this comes up. But this is a Bible. It sits here on my desk, so I've always got it handy all the time. It's right there. Yeah. So that's it. I mean, there's going to be some great new stuff that's learned. Was it last year? They had this guy, I think he was, what nationality? I can't remember what his nationality was, but he was talking about researching graveyards in Europe. And he was showing us photographs of some of the graveyards in Europe. And there's literally a tombstone here, leaning up against this one. Then there's another one here leaning against that. Then there was like about 5 or 6 tombstones all leaning up against this one at the back, because that's how many people were buried in that plot. They had a full height tombstone in there, and they're just like, it basically looked like books on a bookcase is what it looked like. I was just like, what? It's a cemetery that's now closed. And I can't remember how long it's been closed. I'll have to dig my notes out for that one and go back and have a look. It was just fascinating learning about these different cemeteries in Europe, and how they only had this one space in some country, in some places, some cities, that they could bury people. And they were literally burying people on top of people. And of course you had the stack of tombstones there. And I'm like, okay, so if you're the 3rd tombstone in, how do you read what's on the tomb? If you're tombstone number 2, 3, 4, or even the last one, if you're not the one at the front, how do you read the other ones? That was my question. How do I access to read what's written, read the inscriptions that are on the tombstones? That's a very interesting question. I think I got the answer, but I can't remember. I have to, like I said, dig my notes out and go back and have a look. But yeah, this is a great, RootsTech is an awesome function to attend. They have so many specialists coming in, so many amazing programs that you can go back and you're utilizing their on demand. So you can go back at any time and look at videos from past RootsTechs with their keynote speakers and things like that, and learn as you go. You can attend sessions live. You can watch the recordings later. It really is. If you register as online, you've got so much available to you. But if you're in person, you get the added benefit. You've got more sessions that they do in person, and the benefit of having the expo there. So you can actually go and talk to professional genealogists. You can go and talk to people from Ancestry. You can talk to people from Family Search. You can talk to all the different vendors that are there that provide stuff for tools and things for genealogists. You can talk to people from different genealogical societies, family history societies. Archives are sometimes there as well. I don't know if they had, did they have? They don't yet have the list of exhibitors. They don't have the list of exhibitors up, but it's always really good to go and see who's exhibiting that time. It could be people who specialize in books on genealogy, and they have some incredible books that you can get hold of. Like if you're looking for a particular family, they may have it. If you're looking for one of the Mayflower Silver books, and what the Mayflower Silver books are is that they start with the main families that came over on the Mayflower that survived the crossing, and they look at the first 25 generations. No, not 25 generations. First 5 generations, I think it is. I think it's the first 5 generations. So you've got them down to 5 generations. And so there is one that I want to get a hold of. Actually, there's actually going to be 2, because I have found that my mother-in-law may have actually been related to not just 1, but 2 people on the Mayflower. So Richard Warren was one, and it's a celebration. What can I say? I can't remember the name of the other person that she could be related to, but I do know that the one that we're following right now, which if I can find this person in the middle, that's the gray area, would definitely confirm that she is the 9th great granddaughter of Richard Warren. And so there's just that one piece that I'm missing. And so I'm hoping to find some more ways to kick down some brick walls. I haven't had a look at it for a while, so maybe it's time to go back. And this is what happens with brick walls, is that you start with a brick wall, you say like, oh, got a brick wall, what do I do? And you try and figure out how to get around it, and it's like, yep, no, that's not quite working. So leave it alone for a while. Put it over here, let it marinate for a while, because they're always bringing stuff online. There's always updates going on and everything else. And maybe, and there's always people you can go and collaborate with, and maybe you might find somebody to collaborate with. You might find somebody on your DNA side that you can now go and collaborate with. And you get in there and you find the missing key, and all of a sudden, poof, everything opens up. That brick wall's now gone. So, if you had a brick wall, take time, let it marinate for a little bit. Find somebody. Is there somebody that you can collaborate with who's also looking at this tree? Maybe they have information that you don't, and that could be the information that blows everything wide open. Then you've also, so that's either collaborating with family members, other genealogists, genealogical societies, if you're in a history society, things like that. If you're tripping around and you know that there's a genealogical society in that area, why not go pay them set up a time to go pay them a visit and let them know who you're looking for and why and where they were and all of that. They may have some records there in person that are not available online. That could be the key to your brick wall. So with that, we are out of here. I'm going to go and change the description, so I make sure that the link for RootsTech is in the description for the videos, so that if you are interested in coming along and joining it online or going in person, you have the option for both. And like I said, it's free to join. It's free to go to if you're doing it online, and it's free to sign up with familysearch.org so that you can then get access to the RootsTech stuff, because you're going to need to create a login anyway. If you don't already have one, you can create one for free. If you're attending online, RootsTech is 100% free. If you're going in person, you've either got a 1-day pass or a 3-day pass. If you're going to be there for the 3 days, definitely get the 3-day pass. Don't sort of like go, oh yeah, I'm going to be in the area, maybe I'll go for a day. Yeah. No, I would get the 3. If I'm going to be in the area, I would make an effort to get their 3-day pass and go to all 3 days, because they're going to have some great information, lots of amazing stuff going on. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So come join us at RootsTech. I'm going to be attending online and listening to stuff. I'm actually going to be listening to stuff prior to that from past ones to get me in the groove. So we've got, what did we say, 42 days, I think it said. Hang on. It said, hang on. I got to get back to the main page. Back to the home page, please, people. Overview. That'll tell me. It did not tell me. It didn't take me back to the timing clock thing. Hang on. Get off the registration page. There we are. 41 days, 20 hours, and 26 minutes. So come join us at RootsTech. You can join online. You can be in person. It doesn't matter which. It's going to be a great time. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hey, konara.